This video is for all the people working as contractors. Guys, the problem is that you do not know your rights. There are ample of rights in your benefit, loads of them, but you do not know them, most likely. Or you know them, but you don't stand up for them. I've also worked as a contractor. I worked for 1 year for Capital Transport, Civic Transport, Team Global Express, and On Time. And all of them operate, and they've got the same modus operandi. That is, exploit. Despite you guys having rights. I worked for these 4 companies, and now they've started a new drama to generate revenue, because they are middlemen. All these companies are middlemen. They just earn out of the revenue that is meant for you. So if the client pays $60 an hour, they'll pay you around 40 and keep the 20 with them without doing anything, just sitting and earning $20 an hour. So that's how they operate. So now they've started a new drama to give uniforms, to put their own labels on your vans or your vehicles, trucks, taut liners. Why? Because they want free publicity. On Time did that with me, On Time Group Solutions. They did that for 3 months. So, and then when I objected, I objected because they were expecting me to do the work that I did not sign up for, just because they are paying me hourly rate. Just because they're paying me hourly, they want me to work at the same price in the warehouse, plus drive around 150 to 170 kilometers a day without an increase in cost, without any leaves accumulation. So you see where the exploitation is. They are hiring employees, but as contractors. So this is unfair. This is known as unfair contract. And this is totally objectionable. This is not allowed legally. This is illegal work. So you guys have to stand up for yourselves. If you don't, nobody else will. Nobody will. I stood up for myself, and I haven't worked for 2 months, and I'm okay with it. I'm absolutely okay with it. Why? Because I've got another skill set that I can put to use. So contractor work is for people who do not want to work into a field for long term, or somebody who's looking for a short term employment, so that they can make a little bit of money and then move along into their own desired paths. So the contractor employment is on this basis. But the companies are taking an advantage of this, thinking we'll employ contractors, we'll rub them as employees without giving any benefits of the employees. So that is what we all have to stand up for. You all should stand up for yourselves. They'll give you their uniform, yeah, and deduct the cost from you. So the uniform is to represent their company. It should be on their expense, not on your expense. You are working as a subcontractor. So you are working for your contractor company, be it your own company. For example, my company, I created my company as a Fusion Mania Group, and they had employed Fusion Mania Group, not Hitanshu. That's myself. So they were crediting the salary to Fusion Mania Group, and Fusion Mania was paying me. It was not that they were crediting the salary to Hitanshu God, no. So I've got no liability to them to wear their uniform, to have their logos on my van. Rather, I've got the liability of putting the uniform of Fusion Mania and putting the logo of Fusion Mania. But on time, forcefully made me go and put their stickers without seeking approval, without even asking. They were like, okay, you need to go there and get that done. And I knew it, that if I refuse it, they'll be doing drama. So because I just wanted a short time employment, so I was like, fine, okay, I'll do it. And I did that. I did that for 3 months. I promoted them for 3 months free of cost with their uniform, with their logos. But then after that, they started asking me to work as a pick packer also. And what they had done was that they hired me, they advertised for the position of a delivery driver, for pickup delivery driver, and sent the pickup delivery driver as pick packer and pickup delivery driver to their client. So to their client, they had promised sending a pick packer and a pickup delivery driver, whereas on Seek they had advertised just for pickup delivery driver. And then when I asked them that why should I be doing that, I said that is not possible humanly. I cannot be on my foot in warehouse and then also drive 170 kilometers a day and then not be exhausted. So then I kept a proposal. I'm like, though it's not humanly possible, but fine, you pay me $400 a day, pay my superannuation, give me annual leaves, because I'll be exhausted already doing 2 jobs in one day for the same organization. I'll be exhausted, and there will be times that I'll be required to take leaves to give myself rest, because in fatigue anything can happen. I can even lose my life while driving. So they were like, no, we will not be paying you extra and you have to do it. It's in your contract. I'm like, where is it in my contract? And then there was just one line that says, as required. So I was like, fine, as required does not mean a regular pick packer. As required would be like, fine, you've got loads of work there. It's once in a while that it's happening, and you need assistance, you need help. Fine, not a problem. But this cannot be a regular thing like an employee. And their client gave me a proper duty chart. 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. in the warehouse, 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. from Derrimut to Campbellfield. Then while returning, 10 to 10:30 in the warehouse back. Then 10:30 to 12:30 again warehouse. Then half an hour break. Then 1 to 1:30 Campbellfield. Then from 1:30 to 2 return. Then from 2 to 4:30 again in warehouse. I mean, like, I was like, what the heck are you talking about? Why should I be doing this work when I've not applied for this? I applied for a delivery driver work. Had I wanted to do pick packer work, I would not have been driving vehicles. I don't want to do pick packer work. And then I proposed that, fine, if you want that work, I'll do it, give me all this. And they refused. They charged me $175 to wear the uniform that they imposed on me. Same is something that had happened with Team Global Express, the so-called Team Global Express, the $1 billion revenue generating organization. They've got stupid operators who do not know how to even talk or be respectful. And the same was with Civic Transport. Sorry, not Civic, Capital. With the Capital Transport. Ridiculous management at Team Global Express in the name of management. Ridiculous people, incompetent people sitting at the posts of national manager or state manager. Just core ridiculous. So what had happened at Team Global was that one was again the uniform thing, and they charged me $350 for their uniform to promote their business. and their condition was that there should be no marketing labels on your van of any other business. I didn't know all this because I was new to the field, so I was like, fine, that's okay, not a problem. The work was going all well. Then, first they put me on ad hoc, and the operators there are just ridiculous. When it's time for you to finish your job, they'll allocate you
There's
a
a
job.
mobile speed camera reported ahead.
Deliberately, that will require you additional hand unloading and additional 1 hour of work. And why? Because they are paying you hourly. They'll be signing up the contract for you, telling you that you'll be working up to 8 to 10 hours at the most, 8 hours on average, 10 hours at peak time, and you'll be getting $300 a week.
In 3 kilometers, use the left 2 lanes to take the Hummy Freeway, National Highway M31 exit towards Seymour, Sydney.
Sorry about that. But that's not legit. That's just on papers. In reality, you will be working around 12 hours, same pay, no benefits for fatigue, no penalty rates, nothing. And they charge me $350 for their uniform. So guys, the point that I'm trying to make is that don't give in to these unfair practices or these cheap tactics of these so-called contractor companies. Does not matter how big they are. They are big and they'll still act cheap. That is what these companies are. Not these companies, that is what all the companies are. Or I'll say most of them, not all. Most of them are like this. For most of the companies, you are a mere worker, a mere employee number. That's it. That's it. And they'll make sure to juice you out to the most. And it's you guys who need to step up, to speak up for yourselves. If you don't, nobody else will. And this drama will go on perpetually. You are not entitled to wear their uniforms unless you are directly contracted by them on your ABN, not on your ACN, not on your company. If they are contracting your company and you are working for your company, it means you are subcontracted, not contracted. So you are not entitled to their uniforms or their logo stickers, and you cannot rightly refuse. I'm sure you did not know this, or most likely many of them did not know this, but this is the truth. You're not entitled to their slavery. As a contractor, you've got all the right to refuse the work that you do not want to do. When I was working with Team Global Express, I refused to do a delivery because that was at the peak hours from Derrimut to Melton, not Derrimut, from Maribyrnong to Melton for a mere half a kg pack. I said that won't be possible because I've just done a full hand unloading of 2 pallets in Maribyrnong shopping center, and it's peak hours. I won't be able to do that. And this is where the fleet manager there, he called me and said that no, you cannot refuse a job. You'll have to do what we say. I mean, it's just ridiculous management at this Altona branch. I mean, even disgusting is not the word at par with the kind of people working there. I mean, with the kind of management there. The people working there are good, but even they are yes man. But they are yes man. Yes man, rather. Nothing else. They do not have. Even if they have guts, I won't say they do not have guts. They've got loads of liabilities under which they are pressed, and hence they are unable to stand up for their rights. And a little bit more to add to this. After this, I went to the Team Global office. There was this state manager and the manager. The manager is a good gentleman. he's got a very reasonable understanding, and even he knows that I can refuse the work. But the state manager, I was very disappointed to see the kind of response that was given by the state manager. She said that you can refuse only the work that you feel is not safe. Being a state manager, she does not even know the rights of the people that they are hiring. I mean, she was just like pro client. It was very disappointing response that I got from her. I even once I was like, fine, that's okay. I'll go and work. I'll do the jobs they say. And the manager said, why would you do the job? Why would you do every job that they say? So I mean, he's got a very good understanding. Then I said, okay, fine. Then what's the option available for me? So they said that we know. So this is something that was good as per their policy. They said that okay. We know that you're struggling, and we are more than happy to help you out. So, but at the moment, we don't have any other client. All that we have is that you can work as ad hoc. I said, fine. Then I asked them that what would be the minimum kilometers. They said uncapped. For how much? $270 a day. To start at 9 and reach home at 7. This is the kind of behavior, or this is the reality of these companies, so-called billion-dollar generating companies. But if you hold that freedom of not being obliged under any regular financial repayments, then please take a stand. Take a stand for yourself.